Today I am testing out some brand new putters, and it's a brand that I've never tested before, and that's because they never made putters before. It's Cobra. We now have two brand new lineups, their 3D printed lineup and their vintage putter lineup. And in this video I'm going to give you everything you need to know about these putters. First off though, before I delve into everything, if you're new to our YouTube channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Before I start hitting some putts, I'll just give you a brief rundown of the technology within these putter heads. I'll get started with 3D printed lineup, and some of you will probably remember that at the tail end of last year we actually saw Cobra release a limited edition 3D printed putter, the Super Sport. It was 3D printed entirely from stainless steel, and that's pretty incredible to think about. With the 3D printed lineup proper, we have 3D printed nylon structures within the head. As you can see, this kind of lattice effect here. And Cobra say it's allowed them to move weight from where they don't want it within the putter designs to improve the MOI and the CG to try and make you hold more putts, make you more consistent on the putting greens. Also, we have lots of tungsten weighting within the 3D printed heads, and we have a sick face putter insert with descending loft technology. Now, this technology, it's used by Bryson DeChambeau, and it goes 4-3-2-1. The lofts, as you can see, it's kind of split into 4 sections, and the descending lofts mean that if you don't quite strike the ball right, you should get consistent speed, consistent pace on every single putt, no matter if you're delivering it a wee bit steep into the ball, a little bit up, or if you're catching it a wee bit high and low in the face. The fact that you've got that descending loft technology means you should get consistent speed every single time. Now with the vintage lineup, it's not quite as tech packed, but we still have a fair amount of brand new technologies here to try and improve your performance. It's stainless steel head constructions across the lineup. We then have interchangeable weights within the soles to try and dial in your putter performance. Here with the Stingray model, you can see we have this kind of carbon fibre and plastic section, taking weight out of areas we don't want. Once again, we have the sick face putter insert. We get tons of models to choose from, different neck alignments to suit, different levels of toe hang, suit the arc in your stroke, whether straight back or straight through or have a strong arc. And then across both lineups we have KBS's CT Tour putter shaft. We have this, fairly chunky grip, kind of, what is kind of the standard these days. And we also have Arcos sensors embedded in the grip of each putter, so just allowing you to track your putting stats, make smarter, data-driven decisions out in the golf course. So yeah, try and improve your putting. So that's the technology. Now let's hit some putts with these things. Right, first off, the GrandSporty 35, and this is very similar to that Super Sport model that we saw released towards the tail end of last year, but the construction's a bit different. It's not entirely made from steel. Instead, we've got multi-material construction. We've got the 3D printed nylon structure, we've got 2 heavy tungsten weights in the heel and toe, and because of this advanced construction, we've got an aluminium crown here. Cobra say you can expect similar MOI levels to a mallet style putter. So, that's what this whole lineup, the 3D printed lineup, is supposed to deliver: high MOI, low CG, try and give you performance benefits, help you get the putts started online more often, help you get better pace, better roll. Let's get started. We'll hit a few putts with this one to begin with, and it's a big, huge blade. So not all that surprising to hear that, it's got similar MOI to a mallet. We've got so much technology, so much, gone into the design of this putter, the multi-material construction. Feel off the face is a bit surprising. I thought it would have been a bit firmer, but it's quite nice and soft. First impressions, that's something I am enjoying. I like the wee single sight line we have. I like the contrast of that aluminium in the black section towards the front. And as with all these putters, it's very eye-catching. It certainly pops as a Cobra product. It's what they do best. They make products that really stand out from the crowd. And certainly this GrandSporty 35, it does that. Now onto the SuperNova model. As you can see, an oversized fang design, so a different look entirely. And yeah, it's similar in many ways in the sense, we have tungsten weighting in the extremities. You can probably just about see them in there, in either side of the ends of the fangs. We have the 3D printed nylon structures, as you can see, in both fangs. We've got the aluminium crown. We have the sick putter face insert. And yeah, again, they're just saying that because of this 3D printing, multi-material construction, you can expect really ridiculous levels of MOI. Make this thing super forgiving. Again, surprised that it does feel as soft as it does. I thought these putters would feel so firm, but it's relatively soft, which is something I'm keen on. I like the fact that that leading edge, that black section, it's really quite thin, so although you've got a big chunky oversized design here, what you're looking down at, the leading edge, is actually quite, you know, sleek and compact, so, you know, it suits my eye. And yeah, definitely, you know, the pace control I'm seeing so far is spot on, and that's all thanks to that descending loft technology. You know, that 6 putter face insert is what it's supposed to do. Keep your putts, your pace control really spot on. Even if you're not striking it just right, this technology is going to help you maintain good pace and then hopefully hole some more putts. Now on to the big boy, the Agera, not sure how to pronounce it, but as you can see, this is a massive mallet. And once again, multi-material construction, you can see all the weight is really taken out of the middle of this putter with the nylon structure, and it's then placed on the outside at the perimeter edges. We've got over 53 grams of combined tungsten weighting. The aluminium crown, you know, incredibly lightweight, only about 20 grams, and the bulk of the weight is down low in the steel chassis. Now, as you can see, this is quite a big putter, and that's because it's the arm lock version. So for those of you who want to mimic Bryson DeChambeau or Matt Kuchar, guys who arm lock, then you've got that option. You can also get the arm lock in the GrandSport. So I'll be honest, I've never tried an arm lock putter before, and I'm not even sure if this looks right or if I'm doing it right. But yeah, let's give it a bash. It's not as bad as it feels, but you know, that's it. First time I've ever tried an arm lock putter. And it's just another option there for you. It will come in 34, 35 inch length as well, so if you just want the standard length, then you can go that option. As you can see, you know, big oversized mallet design, MOI through the roof, very forgiving, very stable. That sort of single sight line going down through the middle, that's going to be really good for alignment. And because we've got an arm lock version, because you're going to get a wee bit of, you know, forward press in your action, the descending loft technology in the face, it's actually higher lofted, so I think it goes 7.654 as opposed to 4.321 in the sort of standard length models. Right, one more bash, see if I can actually get the hang of this. It feels all kinds of wrong, but that's because I've never used an arm lock putter in the past. But for those of you who want to try it out, or those of you who think it might help your game, then you've got that option there. But yeah, this is the big, you know, it's the big boy within the range. It's going to offer maximum MOI, real incredible levels of forgiveness, and yeah, that's the Agera. So that's the 3D models covered. Now onto the vintage heads, and as you can see, first off we have the Sport 45, and this is just the classic Answer style putter, that Newport style. Just looks, you know, like a classic putter, looks really smart, and that blacked out look. We've got, you know, the silver aluminium face here, good contrast. It's made from stainless steel, the aluminium face insert, and then we have some adjustable weighting on the sole here, so you can dial the putter in to suit your needs. And yeah, it just looks like a nice standard classic putter, you know, living to that vintage name. And once again, just feels nice off the face. I think that is probably what's standing out most for me first off with these putters, is the feel is really solid. Just that nice blend of being soft enough that it's not too harsh and firm, but also responsive, so you're getting a good sort of feedback up through your hands into the grip. It's just hitting that kind of middle point nicely for me, so that's probably what's standing out most. And yeah, the sort of speed control of that sick putter face insert, that's really going to help a lot of you, whether you're going for the 3D printed, the Mega MOI, or the vintage models. Having that face insert, it's going to help you with your pace control. Now onto the Nova, and as you can see, sort of fang design, and yeah, it's largely the same story once again. We've got a wee short slant of hosel, so plenty of toe hang here for those of you with a relatively strong arc in your stroke. And yeah, just looks really smart. Nice sort of compact, sleek top line. As you can see, we've got the 2 white lines framing the golf ball, and then that single sight line there, just so you're lining up perfectly every time. So good alignment features. But yeah, same story. You know, sick putter face insert, same kind of feel, good pace control, what goes in, happy days. I think personally within the lineup, just because this is the kind of model I'm using at the moment, and this is the one that's really catching my eye, And yeah, it's just because it's the kind of shape I'm used to seeing currently. And then when you bring in the feel, plus that sick insert technology, it's just proven to be a bit of a winner for me today. Last but by no means least, the last model that I've got here with me today is the Stingray, and this is the largest, most forgiving mallet within the vintage lineup. As you can see, we've got that stainless steel body construction, but we've also got a carbon fibre and plastic section here on the bottom, so that just allows weight to be taken out of that portion, put to the perimeter, make it that little bit more forgiving. And yeah, just another good option for those of you who are looking for a head shape like this, a bit more forgiveness, but maybe a little bit more compact shaping when compared with the 3D models, which are definitely oversized. And yeah, once again, just the pace control, spot on, feels really nice, alignment features are good, and yeah, no complaints whatsoever. So there really is something for everyone across the two lineups. If you want maximum MOI, forgiveness, really as much help as possible on the greens, you would probably go down the route of the 3D printed lineup. If you're looking for a little bit more classic in terms of look, feel, shaping, you would go for the vintage models, but they're still offering good performance, plenty of technology in here, and yeah, just so many models and options to choose from that, yeah, for Cobra's first big foray into the putter market, I have to say I'm really impressed. So that's the Cobra putters. If you have any questions about them, then just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and thank you very much for watching.